In a world of 280 character tweets, constant breaking news, and information overload, let's slow down and have a conversation. Coach Pete, today we are having a conversation about something that is so important. It seems as though nobody ever talks about it. Happiness as a choice. I think it's so important. Thank you so much for sitting.
Thank you.
A few years ago, I interviewed you about some of the challenges in your life.
Yes.
And we all have challenges. Some of them we choose, some of them we don't choose.
Right.
But we always have to overcome them. And you did that through happiness. LaSalle Providence, or Coach P, grew up in Queens, New York. Beating the neighborhood boys on the basketball court, she went to St. Francis College to become one of the best rebounders in Division I history. Then even going on to play for the WNBA for Phoenix Mercury, for a career drawn short due to a heart murmur. Shortly after this low point, her sister and mother passed away, leaving her to raise her 3 nieces and a nephew. When I interviewed her in 2017, she said she knew everything was going to be all right.
And I just believed that we were going to make it. And I knew all of them were going to go to college, and all of them in college right now. And I believe that no matter what your situation is, that if you just stay diligent with it and believe in the bigger plan and the mission, that is going to accomplish to be a winner.
It was that message that brought us to this conversation here today. I want to start by just asking you how you did that and when you did that.
Well, first I want to say thank you. I'm so thankful to be part of this show because I know it's going to reach so many people who feel hopeless. And when I chose to do it was when I was a little girl, 8 years old. I was just always a happy young girl. I always wanted to serve my community, help people, and I chose to be happy. But through life situations, through losses of mother, sister, and other people who were important to my life, I wasn't at a happy point. But I chose to be happy at the darkest hour because I knew I had to help my family move forward, and I had to help myself move forward. See, one thing about happiness in the dictionary says to be content. And to be content means you're complete. So if we're sitting here and we feel complete within ourselves, people can feel that energy. And then we're like fireflies. Look at this beautiful garden that we're sitting in, right? And just think about how we feel just happy and so blessed to be here today. So I chose in my atmosphere to be different, and I had vision, and I chose, like you said, to be happy because I knew if I wasn't happy, I would not be able to move forward, and I wouldn't be able to help others move forward and empower them in their lives.
Helping others is part of Coach P's mission. She is the CEO and founder of Impact Performance, a nonprofit basketball clinic with a focus on helping youth in health, mental state, and spirituality.
I think you and I and others are out there to empower people. I think we're on assignment, Alex. I think we're on an assignment that we're using our gifts and skills that our higher being has given us to transform people. I think by our assignment that through our light that we touch those who are in dark places. And even though sometimes I've been in a dark place and I have not always done the right things, Alex, I'm gonna tell you, I can look in myself in the mirror and I say, you know what, I'm not feeling happy today, I'm not smiling. And people can notice that when you're not smiling, it says something's not right, okay? And then I look at myself and say, I have to change that. So back to your question, to answer it, it has to go with loving yourself. It's about love, Alex, about love. And if we don't have that love and that unconditional love, we can't be happy. I think youth, I'm just so really thankful of my program and helping young people through sports and through mentoring, motivation, and to see them transform through this love. Every day I give them a high five or a smile. Just like you're smiling,
right.
That smile makes a difference. You never know what they're going through. You never know if they have enough food to eat in their house. You never know if their parents are giving them love. But when they see you, just like we're smiling, they feel good about themselves.
How do you think when people do have those things, if you're a child that doesn't have food on the table at home, or maybe things are going on with mom and dad, and there's people that just have things that would make you not happy. do you think they have the opportunity to be happy?
Yes, they do. I believe that when there's people like us who cross their paths every day, and we just touch and agree, maybe we just plant a seed, but they see the seed and it's something to give them, again, hope. So they have a choice, and then someone else comes and pours the water. Then someone else kind of shows them the plan. And I think if they keep their eyes open, that's the important thing, not keep their head to the ground, but keep their eyes open, that they will see the light. And the light will touch them and change their lives from hopelessness to hope. And I think that's a game changer.
I love that. From hopelessness
To hope.
to hope.
Yes.
Do you think that there are people that are incapable of being happy?
I've met so many people. I think we're like magnets. We're either going to attract people who like us or love us, and we're going to attract people who don't like us, don't even know us, but they're just so unhappy and so negative. And because of situations and just circumstances, they choose to be in that situation. They choose to shut us off, and they just choose to be unhappy. So we just got to let them be.
See, that's something I struggle with. I really do. I think that there are people that are inherently unhappy.
Yes.
And as a matter of fact, there's been times in my life where I've been inherently unhappy.
And that's real.
But there was moments, like you said, and people that help you when you're at that low point.
Right.
Make the decision, make a conscious decision, I'm not going to be unhappy anymore.
That's right.
I'm not going to be unhappy anymore.
That's right.
And so, there, like you said, there are those people that seem so inherently negative and unhappy. But how do they? Can you help somebody else be happy, or does it have to be their own decision?
I believe it has to be their own choice. I can pour into you all the love and all the joy, and I can empower you. You can study me. You can be with me. You're going to inherit some of it. But I believe that you first have to love yourself, and that's something that's deep. And hoping by me being around you or giving you this information or providing that smile, it would touch you, okay? And build up the broken pieces. So then again, I probably would agree with you that we could probably make some of the unhappiest people happy. So it all depends on where you are in your life and where you are in your mind and your physical state. I think we can change anybody, but it has to be first within yourself.
Just like a lot of coaches, Coach P tells her athletes that practice makes perfect. She says that lesson is not only true in sports, but is transferable to happiness. Just like anything that's worthwhile in life, I think that happiness too, you have to work hard for.
Yes.
I think that some people think it is maybe a God-given thing, and maybe part of it is.
Right.
But the other part, just like any other goal or any other success in life, you might have to work hard for it. So what are some of the steps people can take to work on loving themselves, to work on loving themselves, and to work on being happy and working towards that goal of achieving happiness? What are some things we can do?